Hello and welcome everyone to my first video series for veteranexplorations.com. This is Zogchen and I will be recording my first Legacy League ever. For those super keen-eyed, you might be noticing that I'm recording the intro after I finish the thing. It's because my original recording of the intro, I guess I hadn't done everything properly and it was a little wonky, so I'm going to re-record everything and just run through the list that I'll be played in the Legacy League, and just to give you all an overview. This is what I'll be playing. It is a fairly stock junk Nick Fit list. I've been playing the junk lists probably the longest out of all of them. I've dabbled in many lists, but this is the one I've been playing the longest, or this variant of it. As the standard 3-path, 3-decay split. I like that. Some people fiddle with those numbers. I like this. With the advent of Fatal Push, I changed around my creature lists a little bit. I used to be pretty heavy on Siege Rhinos. I used to run 3. I was always sort of in the 3 Rhino, 1 Thragtusk plan. Some people went 4 Rhinos, cut the Thragtusk. They do similar things in that they enter and you gain life. But I liked having Thragtusk being a little bit higher in the mana curve for playing around different things that miracles could flip on counterbalance. I also like that when it leaves, not when it's dead, but when it leaves you get the 3/3, so that helped out there. So I'd always run 1, but with Fatal Push rolling around, I cut 2 of the Rhinos and added a second Thragtusk and a second Nissa. You'll see those here. I also used to run Thrun and then hadn't for a while, but I brought him back in because Miracles is just so omnipresent online. Now, it's not something that I'm very familiar with since I mostly play in paper, but since I'm jumping into the online world and how Miracles is so prevalent here, I decided to bring Thrun back in for this. Master of the Wild Hunt is a fairly new addition for me. I actually have never run it in paper, but I'm going to run it here since I've seen it do some really good work. Some other concessions to Miracles being so present here is a main deck Painful Truths, the two Nissas, and the 1 Garrick. I also in the sideboard have an extra Elspeth for that particular matchup. Also, with the increasing popularity of True Name Nemesis, I run 1 Tox Deluge main, 1 on the board. Also a Blessed Alliance that can do a couple of things, can take out True Name Nemesis as mentioned, but also if you run into lands, it can make them sack a 20/20. Now that's usually only a stopgap measure, but it helps overall. Other than that, this list is fairly stock. I run the 2 towers, Phyrexian Tower, Boras Stronghold. In the sideboard, I fiddled around with lots of different sideboards, but again, I sort of deferred to what I have seen be very prevalent online to tune this one. I run the Cabal, Council of Allocation, and 2 Aethersworn Canonists, and I guess you could say the 3 Thoughtseizes against Storm, as that's pretty popular. Thoughtseize is great against any real combo decks, but I guess you can call it the Storm package. The surgical extractions are for both Reanimator and lands. It's really great to be able to take out Life from the Loam early. Pithing Needle could also be for lands, but also for any sort of troublesome activated permanent. In my case, that's usually Planeswalkers. They're a little bit harder for me to deal with. And a Vindicate as just another way to destroy anything that needs killing. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to fire them off on the site or email over at veteranexplorations@gmail.com. And so with that, let's take a look at the league.